This was funded by some profits that we made from cryptocurrency, but he basically ran off with our money.
It's the simple things in life. Come on, baby, let's ride.
Hi diamonds!
Welcome back to another property related video.
So in this video we are going to be doing a Q&A. So basically we put it out on Instagram. If you had any questions regarding property investing, our journey in property investing, and we had quite a few questions, so we're going to be going through those questions. And we're going to be doing a cook with us sort of thing. So we're making our dinner and we'll have a chat with you guys.
If you've got any questions that we may have not covered in this video, then comment below and we do our very best to make sure we answer them.
Yeah, so we'll answer them in the comments, or if there's quite a few questions we've done over video. Let's get cooking.
Hungry.
So we are actually making a chicken curry tonight. So we've already washed the chicken and we've got some of the veg out already. First question, did you guys start investing as a couple or separately? So we actually started investing as a couple. So we didn't start investing until we actually got married. I'll share a little bit about our background actually while we're at it. After we got married, we decided to buy our residential house first, which is where we are now. We bought our first home and then we thought, let's get investing.
In a nutshell, yeah, we've started investing together once we got married. By the way, the chicken is washed already.
Oh yeah, some people don't wash chicken apparently, but anyway, let's not digress. So the next question is, how did you save for both renovations and deposit for multiple properties? This is a really good question actually. Basically with our renovation, as you guys, as soon as you said, we bought our house in 2017. So our renovations were not like done overnight or anything. This has been in the making. It was for a good 3.5 years. We renovated the house. So it was only till last year that we could kind of say the renovations were sort of complete. And even then actually, we're not even done. To be fair, so you can kind of say 4 years on and whatnot, we're not done because we've not done our garden and so forth. But anyway, we're quite frugal, aren't we? I think we're quite frugal, so we try to save as much as possible. We save a large percentage of our income. So we've done a lot of start, stop and sell renovation. Like we quickly got a few things done, then paused to invest, then came back to the house. So for instance, actually, our extension was usually funded by the fact that we sold the house previously, isn't it? Which is the flip project we did. And in this new project, which we literally just got the keys for, this was funded by some profits that we made from cryptocurrency, our savings, and we pulled out the money from our house that we put into the extension so that we could continue to invest.
We got quite fortunate with some cryptocurrency profits. So we were able to add that to it, and plus our savings as well, to get this buy-to-let property. Yeah,
so again, another question, get the money ones out of the way. First, how do you manage to save for investment? So obviously we just kind of talked about how we did it. I think the key is to enjoy saving, really. Enjoy saving and save as much as you possibly can. And if you're not in a position to save as much as you can, see how you can increase your income perhaps. As we did anyway, see if you could utilize things like starting some sort of business or another investment, and then the returns from that investment then power up your property investing or things like that. So you could have a look, it doesn't, you know, other avenues to generate more income. So the next question is, how did you get the funds for the investment property? So I think we've already covered that.
Yeah, we've already covered it. So it's a combination of remortgaging our house, using crypto profits, and also savings as well that we've had.
Yeah, we remortgaged as well. We didn't take all the equity out of the house. We only just took a small amount to sort of continue investing really. Because it's a funny story actually. We didn't want to an extension initially, didn't we? Because we wanted to keep investing, didn't we? But we thought let's actually create a good family home first. So we thought we'd plough our money that we're initially going to invest back into the house, and then we plan to take some of that out so that we could continue investing. And we think it's a win-win situation because we still we have our house and we could invest. So I think it worked out.
I think we were quite fortunate in the sense that, you know, we were able to save up quite a bit in order to do the extension, and then pull out.
So next question is, hello, how would you suggest going through the route of investing in property?
You know, I would say try to get some knowledge, read books about property. There's a lot of things on YouTube as well.
So
There's a lot
on
of content. free content on YouTube. I'll suggest probably starting there. Follow certain people on Instagram as well. Make sure you follow us as well. The 2 developers. We're posting a lot more now on there. But yeah, there's a lot of people just giving a lot of free content. And then once you think you're confident enough to get into the game, then a lot of it really depends on your appetite to risk, your budget as well. It tends to sort of dictate your location as well, where you think to invest. So for us, we're predominantly focusing in Manchester. Manchester is our preferred city. I would suggest maybe looking at something like a 2 up, 2 down terrace. So our first investment property was actually 2 up, 2 down, because they're quite easy to get your foot into them. The capital on them are not as intensive as perhaps like a semi or a 3-bed or so forth. Maybe look at that kind of property type. But by 2 up, that's 2 bedrooms upstairs, right? Yeah, 2 bedrooms. So it's a 2-bedroom terrace property basically. So financing, again, what is the best way to start if you don't have enough capital? Initial capital. Loans, they put in brackets. Oh, they put loans in brackets. We've been to like seminars where they say to you like, oh, get credit cards, get loans, get this, and you can start your property investing, right? Obviously people do advocate that as well. We personally haven't made use of credit cards or loans to purchase a property, I guess, apart from the remortgage, if you count that as a loan. But I guess what you could look at is if you already have a house, is it possible for you to take some equity out of your house? A lot of people start that way. I mean, some people were fortunate enough to have a bank of mom and dad. If your parents, for example, want to loan you some money or want to just gift you some money, then that's an option, I guess, for some. Not all of us have that option. But one of the most popular ways now is investors finance, and a lot of people are doing this now, where you can, someone in your circle might have money and they're willing to invest it. And if you can show them that you've got the experience and maybe not necessarily the experience when you're starting, but you've got the knowledge to be able to carry this out, and they're willing to trust you, then you could start that way. And obviously the more experience you get, the more easier it is to actually find investors to come on board with you as well. I mean, another route that people take as well is to do deal packaging. You can find deals online or in different ways, direct to vendor, whoever might be selling the property, you package it up, and then you basically look for investors who are looking for that type of property, and then you get a fee. So typically people get 2 to 5 grand just to do that, and it's quite profitable for those who've got the time to be able to search for deals and look for investors that are actually looking for those deals. So personally, I'm not into deal packaging ourselves, but we do know one of the investors that we follow on YouTube has a whole program where he teaches people how to deal source. So literally just look out for something like that, maybe if you want to learn how to do it well. So it's about to add some scotch bonnet to the chicken curry, because it just gives a little of kick is good. Not too spicy, not too hot, just a little bit of kick, just the right amount. I didn't grow up on spices, but because of Tunde, I gradually started eating more chilies, and now I can take it now. Before I'd be like, oh, I can't. Just the right amount of chili though. Good one actually. How difficult has it been to find a good deal in such a hypermarket? Would you mentor me? Oh my. Tell me about it. How crazy is the current market, guys? Yeah, oh my gosh. How difficult, on a scale of 0 to 10, sorry I interrupted you, about to say something, but on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being most difficult, I would say it was at least a 7. I'll probably say 9 or 8, 8 maybe. Ooh. No, the reason I say that is because I forgot how many properties we went to view, and we've been searching for a property for a few months now. We've viewed quite a lot of properties basically, those, and all of them needed work. And we're competing against seasoned developers, new investors in the market, and everyone's a cash buyer now, and people are paying way and above the asking price. They came to a point where there's an estate agent, we became friends, but the amount of properties that we were our offers were rejected from that one estate agent. My goodness. I think every house that they put on the market, we were like, yeah, we'll view it. I mean, to the point, yeah. We're literally there like as one of the first few viewers as well, like not wasting time. Yeah. Straight after the viewing, we'll be like, yep, we'd like to make an offer of X, Y, Z. Above asking price, by the way. Above asking price. A day or two later, the offer has been rejected. Or would you like to go to best and finals? Yeah, sure. Best and finals. Oh my gosh, what do you think we should do? Increase it by a few grand, blah, blah, blah. Okay, here's our offer. Sorry, offer's been rejected. Yeah, it's a crazy market. I mean, this is the thing, there's this contention with being logical and looking at the numbers, and then also looking at the emotional side of things. So the emotional side of things want you to just, you know, put in way what is actually reasonable for that area and the sort of property it is and the amount of work that's required to get that property to a good standard, versus, you know, looking at the actual numbers, thinking, okay, if you were to put in X amount to renovate it, how much would it actually be worth? How much would it fetch in rent?
Yeah.
And then you're thinking, right, the numbers don't add up, so I don't know why these people are actually putting in, you know, 15, 20 grand over asking price.
Yeah.
I don't know, you know, I think everyone's just tired and they're just saying, you know, the title being rejected.
That's the thing.
They're like, you know what, 20 grand above asking price. As long as the property is mine, I don't care. I think that's probably what it's come down to a lot of investors.
Literally. And even the offer that we got accepted on, apparently there was lots of offers on that.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show it's really competitive.
Yeah,
and even what we did, the one we've gone for, we've gone above what it was advertised for. Obviously, it's still really good price.
Yeah. It's still way below market value.
Yeah, it's still way below market value, but just over what it was advertised for because of just sheer crazy competition. So in a nutshell, I'd say be very persistent. Don't lose hope. Literally, I was like trying to encourage and I was like, come on. And I was getting a little bit down.
I was getting a bit disheartened, to be honest, at that time, because you get the call thinking it's going to be positive news, and you're like, sorry Tunde, not again.
I know, right? So basically, just be persistent, and you ask, would we mentor you?
I mean, in terms of mentoring, yes, contact us. We can discuss how we can work it out. It is a service that we provide. Feel free to message us on Instagram, either the two developers or the Sanyas home. Contact us, and then we can take it from there.
We deal with brokers. Yeah, we've worked with brokers in the past. We recommend brokers actually. We like working with brokers. We like how they take a lot of the time and effort out of like just a mortgage application, and you find the best deals as well, because they literally have access to so many lenders. Some lend more than high street lenders, so we personally wouldn't want to just go and look for a high street lender and not get the best interest rate. So yeah, we basically do like work with brokers. Can I rent your investment property depending on location? Well, as I said, they're all in Manchester, so yeah.
Depends. If you live in Manchester.
If you live in Manchester, you're happy with what it's up for rent for, the area, the house, all of that stuff. Why not? But yeah, all our tenants do go through, we'll make sure we go through thorough checks and referencing on all tenants. And I'd highly recommend anyone that's looking into property does that as well. So what we tend to do actually is we normally would just use a estate agent to find us a tenant and to do all the thorough checks. But after that, we manage it ourselves so far.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always do your due diligence with tenants.
So the next question is, how much deposit would you require to buy an investment property, and if going through a broker, I think that's supposed to say. So 25%. Yeah, 25%. So whatever the property price is, 25% of that is what you would need.
But if you're doing a bridge, which is a completely different conversation, you probably require a little bit more than 25%, typically around 30, 31%.
Yeah, that's true. Bridge is a little bit higher actually. We've got burnt by that in the past. So we've done all our prep work now, and it's time to actually get cooking. How are you finding stamp duty as investors? We don't like stamp duty, like I literally are.
Who like stamp duty?
We don't like it, but we recently found out that we can get our stamp duty back. So if your house, depending on so if your property is not habitable, for instance, you can prove that there's no electrics or there's no heating or no bathroom, no workable bathroom, no workable kitchen, and so forth. There's certain criteria. If you can prove that, then basically you can apply to get your stamp duty back. So there's a company that we know that do it. No win, no fee basis. They get a percentage cut on that, but it's at least you get the majority back. We're going to be doing that for this property, and we're still yet to finish the application for the previous property that we've got actually, because I think we can claim on that. So yeah, that would be good for us to be able to get some of that back. Right,
the other one is an assumption actually. I assume you are using a limited company. Yes, correct. Yeah. So limited company is another word for it really. It's a SPV, special purpose vehicle, which is basically you set up a limited company specifically for just properties.
Yeah.
So that is to either just let out your properties or to buy and sell properties as well. So there's a SIT code they use for that as well. So lenders look at that to make sure that actually the company is specifically used for property. So you have to make sure you've got your SIT code right. Also, there's a lot of tax advantage as well.
So with the curry, in case you're interested, we literally just start with some garlic and lots of different curries and powders. So like turmeric, curry powder, and some spicy curry powder, and just let that fry up. Nothing we don't tend to measure, do we?
No, we don't.
I can't tell you like how many teaspoons. It's literally when our ancestors say stop, we stop. So while the camera was off, then actually, what we have done for the curry is some soap, ginger, onions, and Scotch bonnet, and took some of the juice out as well for later. Add a little bit of this chicken seasoning to it as well. So Cindy's just putting on some rice. So we've just had to move all into a bigger pot at the moment.
So the next question, what is the average cost for renovating investment property? That's a good question. Depends largely on, well, the type of property it is, the location of the property, the size of it, and how much work is required. Generally speaking, if it's just light work and, you know, if it's decorating and maybe changing carpets and flooring, just a few thousands. The
first property that we did, we managed to do that under £5 grand.
Yeah, we did.
Literally, the top two down we were talking about earlier. So that was a light refurb, and we literally kept everything as much as possible really. We just changed a few bits here and there.
So to give you an idea, the one that we did last year, that we sold last year, that needed the full refurb, and that was around just under 25,000 to renovate it. That obviously includes the inside, new bathroom, new kitchen.
Windows.
Oh yeah, windows as well, I had to replace the windows.
Electrics. Some new boiler and
plumbing work, gas work. We obviously had to do the garden and the driveway. So all of that mounted up to just over £25,000. So that was a full house refurb. That was a 3-bed semi.
Yeah, and I guess it depends on the area, the tradesmen you use as well. Because I think that was quite reasonable for what we had to do. Yeah. Obviously cost of material has gone up recently as well, so it all depends on a lot of stuff. It's hard to say really. So I think it definitely get some like builders, some contractors over to give you a quote. We tend to source every single piece of material just so we can get it as low price as possible, so we recommend that. So with regarding the chicken curry, if anyone is actually interested in chicken curry, it's pretty much nearly done. So we're just gonna chop up some green beans, add that in right at the end because they don't take long to cook. Put the rice in the rice cooker, which is off camera. We didn't, I think some bits were off camera, weren't they? Yeah. Next question is, how do you find working with contractors? Obviously, property, as much as it is a numbers game, it's also a people's game. So you've got to liaise with different contractors. As I mentioned earlier on, some of them can be a bit of a letdown for whatever reason. It's just human nature. One experience where we had a contractor recommended to us for our house, and that was a recommendation, but he basically ran off with our money. Like, thankfully it wasn't a lot of money. That was probably the worst experience that we've had, isn't it? You know, got a really good rapport with the guys that we work with now. They know us, we know them, we know their style of work. You know, we know the quality of work and the standard, and it's good standard. And you know, it's not always about who's the cheapest as well. Yeah, that's one thing we've learned as well. Yeah, it's not about who's the cheapest, you know. So there's a reason. You tend to get what you pay for. And then I think it's one of our last questions now, which is, what do you guys do for a living? Right. Our background is in IT, so we both have a degree in computer and information systems. I specialize more in the fintech space. In the last couple of years, it's been more in the insurtech, so basically financial technology within banking, insurance, basically financial services. Well, I work within IT on the digital change aspect. So yeah, that's what we do, and then of course on top of that we invest heavily our money. We also do get an income from our social media, do some property investment coaching. Yeah, sorry, our battery died then, but yeah, we were literally just saying how we basically have multiple streams of income. We're always working on trying to increase our income streams, you know, because at the end of the day, financial freedom is the goal. Financial freedom is the goal for us, and generational wealth, obviously, especially now that we have a daughter as well. It's just so important to us to build income.
So those are all the questions that we received. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for watching it to the end. We appreciate you. Help us out with the YouTube algorithm by giving this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe if you're a new subscriber. We're going to be showing more property content on this channel. And also don't forget to follow us on Instagram, the two developers. We'll link it below as well.
And in case you didn't watch our previous video prior to this, and we have talked about in this video, but we are doing another project at the moment.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing tons of videos on that. Well, a lot more than we did on our last project anyway.
Yeah. We'll take you through the journey, we'll document the journey this time around.
Yeah.
Now that we know you're interested in property related content,
yeah,
especially throughout our extension videos, we've got quite a lot of positive feedback from that.
Yeah.
And obviously from the property that we saw last year as well. So yeah, we're gonna keep up with that as well and make sure we document this new buy-to-let property that we just purchased. Ask any question that you may have below as well in the comment section if you've got any questions.
Thanks for watching, and here we have it. We're about to go and eat. Yeah, we love a good chicken curry, don't we?
We do.
We do. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.